Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, and it is January 19th, 1863. We continue on with this campaign. We're currently kind of on the defensive in the Western Theater, where we had had a lot of success earlier, and I have an answer to something that puzzled me at the time that it happened, and you may have seen the comment from the developers on the last video. I was defending all of those crossing points on the river in the last battle, and the enemy just marched across the river. Well, it's because the river was frozen, which is a really, really cool game feature that even exists in the game. So we can't just worry about choke points on rivers in the wintertime, because the army will just march right across the river, which is what they did. So we are pulling back the Western armies to Nashville. We're also sending help from the east, and we're just going to continue kind of building up rebuilding our forces. And we'll fight on the defensive for a little while before we start advancing again. Let's see what happens. While we're waiting for things to happen, I do want to start paying a little bit of attention to a Navy. So we're going to look at the New Orleans Squadron. We're going to try to build some nice big ships that might be able to bust out from the blockade. So I'm thinking right now perhaps of a frigate, a sea frigate. Let's go ahead and build this one. The CSS United States. That seems like a really bad name for a Confederate ship. I don't know. That just, it doesn't feel like it just makes a lot of sense. But let's go ahead and add the CSS United States to the New Orleans Squadron. I'm also going to build a Mississippi River Squadron that I can send up to kind of deal with some of the issues that we're facing there. All right, so the Army of Tennessee is into Tennessee now, where it belongs, I guess, almost to Knoxville. And we're going to hold them there because you can see he's marching down this direction with some of his troops. We're going to go ahead and try to consolidate the Army of Mississippi in the Nashville area, but we still only have, we've got the 1st Corps there, we've got the 2nd Corps here. The 3rd Corps with the Army headquarters is just now making its way into West Virginia, and once they've completed their withdrawal over near Charleston, then we can give them orders and we can swing them around here, over here through like Russell, Wythe County, that area, Scott County, Southwest Virginia, and bring them over and reconnect. But I don't know what he's going to do in the meantime. Okay, looks like our fight's going to happen here in Knoxville. He looked like he was headed, you can see here, I don't know why I'm able to see that, but I'm actually able to see that his plan is to defeat me and then push down into Georgia. So that is not happening. We're going to take on the 2nd Corps of the Army of the Potomac right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So this is cool. This is a map I've not fought on before. I don't believe it's a historic map of any kind. We've got Yellow Creek up here. We've got Cumberland Mountain. I guess it's Cumberland Mountain Range, Poor Valley Ridge, Mingo Mountain, Little Yellow Creek. So I'm not familiar with this. Maybe there is a battle here that I just don't remember. But let's take a look at the numbers. So here's the morning report. Overall strength. I've got 20,000 to his 13,000 right now. I expect he's got reinforcements on the way in 25 hours. So that actually is really helpful. We've got some time to take on the 2nd Corps and throw them back before they arrive. So I don't know that I don't think I have any reinforcements on the way. I do not. All right, so we've got a day to do this. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I've got all day to find and destroy the enemy, which I would imagine he's up in here somewhere. So I guess this is actually pretty close to where we really are. I mean, if this is the Cumberland Gap right here, that's right down in that area where Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia all come together. It's a gap in the mountains. It was used historically as a crossing, so you didn't have to go over the mountains to get into the rest of Tennessee, southeast Kentucky, etc. So our cavalry's out front. I'm actually I'm gonna tell Hancock to keep moving forward here. In fact, that's Kite's division. Let's just go ahead and push him all the way up here. See if we can spot the enemy. It's 9:25, so we haven't lost a ton of time so far. I just want to get the cavalry out front keep a good idea of where he's at. We've got to take advantage of this first day. It's a very wooded, very hilly map, but it seems pretty flat up here around Kentucky State Road North. Oh boy. Let's pause because he's actually right there. That's where I ordered my army to come into. So he's actually much further along than I thought he was. The good news is this is where I ordered my army to move to, was right along Davis Branch, which turns out it may be exactly where I want to be. So let's go ahead and get Alston's brigade dismounted. We got here Ledbetter. Use those Mississippi rifles to your advantage, sir. My artillery, I think, is going to be coming in right over here on this side. So he's advancing skirmishers out now. Nope, you're going to come in right here. Actually, yeah, there we go. That stops them right where they are. And we'll move them up right there. That's Morgan's Raiders. Okay. Haven't had a chance to send them on Morgan's raid yet. These guys moved up just a little bit further. My artillery, it's bringing up the rear. Alright, Warren, let's actually bring you. I want to see if there's a spot. Oh, that's like an impossible spot to cross up here to get up this hill. But boy, that'd be nice. I think we'll just sit tight here for now. So we'll bring them in as a reserve. Long range, boys, long range. How are we doing in the center? Alston's nervous. We got to get help. Come on, get these guys up here. Morgan, get your boys up all the way. Give these guys some support on the left so they won't be as nervous anymore. You know what? Dismount and get up there. Alright, we're throwing them back. That's good. Oh, the artillery's trying to go up and over this mountain. No wonder it's taking forever. Jeez. This isn't exactly terrain that lends itself to quick movements. We're still waiting on the order to come in to switch over to long range. He's not doing it. Where's his artillery? He's got artillery somewhere. Right there. Alright, he's building up over on this side, so I'd like to be able to come down on him and break his flank there. That would be Warren's job if I could get him over there. But he'd obviously see me do it. What is Ledbetter doing? Oh, he's just moving up. Okay. Alright, Morgan's Raiders in on that side. Alston's still unstable, though. That makes me really nervous. What do the numbers look like so far? Let's look at the combat report. Okay, so far so good. We've inflicted 262 to just 90 losses on my side. And that should only improve now with Morgan in there. I still can't get Ledbetter to switch to long range. Alright, let's watch for these orders to come in without giving him any other orders. Maybe that's the issue. Man, the artillery is just having a heck of a time getting there. Let's put these 12-pounders right up on the line. Some more 12-pounders here. Oh boy, I just don't know where I can put them that they'll actually be able to fire. Alright, here comes Ledbetter's orders. Let's see if he finally switches to firing long range with those Mississippis. Or if he's going to continue to ignore them. He is. He will not switch to long-range fire. So I have nothing effective on my right side right now. It's all about my cavalry at the moment. We're getting some artillery into position. I told you guys to go right here. Earning victory points. Yeah, I'm earning victory points too. I wonder if there's a way to see what the victory point totals are. I'll have to take a look at that. By the way, I am working on the tutorial videos for the game this week. In fact, after I'm done recording this, I'm going to be working on the first one of those. So I don't know how long it'll take before you see those in the game, but I am working on, they've given me the info for the first two. So those are on the way. Alright, he pulled his skirmishers back. We're still waiting for Warren to get his men across the river and up that hill. This is just a slow process. The problem is I don't have all the time in the world because he's got reinforcements coming tomorrow. That artillery is not making me happy. And mine's not firing. So I guess we got to shift them over a little bit, see if that helps. Oh, that's a lot of artillery firing right now. Alright, let's get ours firing. There we go, boys. Now he's firing on my artillery. Alright, let's slow things back down. I don't think this artillery is going to be able to fire from there. We've got to find a spot for them. Man, I just don't know. I don't know a good spot for artillery here. Maybe once we move forward. But I'm not moving forward till these guys get up here into place. But they are getting up there. That wasn't an easy march, I'm sure. So that's the 2nd Battalion, 504th PIR. They're broken, probably from all that climbing. So we're going to have to give them time to recover. Got the CSA German Legion there too. And the Tennessee Volunteers. So we're going to switch these guys to a single line formation. We're going to wait until they have a chance to rest. Let's wait until they get those orders for single line. Hopefully none of these guys break while we make this happen. There we go. Let's get up the hill as best we can here. Then, oh, who's running out of ammunition? Hancock. Darn it. That's Alston's brigade right there in the center. They're down to 16 rounds. That's a problem. Ledbetter could have been firing all this time if he didn't want to be a punk. Oh, finally, he'll do it. Okay. Oh, he switched again. Okay, you know what? No more initiative for you. You don't get to make your own decisions anymore. Quite a colorful division we have here with these troops. Long-range fire on all three of these guys. Once they get those orders, we move forward. Here comes the order. Boy, it even takes the courier a long time to get up that hill. Now you can see him giving those orders to each of his brigades. There we go. Alright. So let's move forward. Up to about right here. That should get us in range to be able to start firing. Gonna have to replace Alston on the front line. But he's about to be out of ammo. Down to 8 rounds. So let's get these guys to mount up and fall back to the rear. Wonder if that'll open up the ability to fire with these guns. Nelson's redcoats. Oh, they have been firing because they're using up ammo. Oh, good. It should make it even easier once they move. Let's get Barton across, right up to here. I'm gonna send Edgar. Actually, I could send Hancock over to cover that flank if something happens. 12:28, so we've got plenty of time. He has to know I'm there, doesn't he? I can't believe he's not responding to that threat to his left flank. Just out of range. I'm gonna move up a little bit more. Now let's see what he does. Let's see what the numbers look like before this starts. Wow, okay, we've inflicted 1,000 casualties to his 400. He's only inflicted 20 casualties with the artillery, so that's the good news, despite all that artillery fire. Alright, let's see what happens here. We'll go to double speed. Alright, are we engaging yet? We are. Looks like he's got his artillery firing on me now. States' rights Gist. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Has there ever been... We got 2 Gists. That's interesting. Has there ever been a better name for a Confederate general? Ever? I mean, it's like the guy was born for this part. Okay, he's already in range where I want him. We're going to hold these guys right where they are, just because they're low on ammo anyway. And then I think we're just going to shoot it out here. This, at some point, is going to cause his left flank to collapse. There he goes. Is the Irish Brigade? It is. I'll bring Barton up on this side. And Ledbetter over here. It's a tough spot to be in, though. All right, boys. Pour it into him. Got to keep advancing, which we are. Yeah, Ledbetter, you're going to be replaced after this battle, so enjoy it. Is he laying down? Anything but firing, right? Fire! Oh my gosh, you have Mississippi rifles with a 500-yard range. Why won't you use them? And what's going on here? Why are we pulling back? We had a good battle line. Why did we mess that up? There we go. Am I missing something here? Why are they doing this? Alright, you know what? No more initiative for you. No more initiative for you. Just do what you're told. And definitely no more initiative for you. I already turned yours off. But he's still doing his own thing. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Disobedience everywhere. Alright, Mills Brigade, let's get them up here. Get these guys up to the top of the hill. You know what, Ledbetter, you're just completely worthless to me. Austin's brigade's supposed to be back there. Alright, Mills, you get up here and help me out. Alright, here we go. 2nd Battalion's up to the top of the hill now. Got Oliver Howard trying to guard his what's left of his flank. The Irish Brigade there. The Irish Brigade's got very few men left. Here comes Mills Brigade up the hill. Oh, Ledbetter. Is there anything you can do right? He is so gone at the end of this battle. Who's the division commander? Colquitt. Because it looks like we're having some issues with Mills Brigade too, so I wonder if it's the division commander that's the issue. Alright, how are we doing here? Really good. 3-to-1 casualties. We've actually captured 4 guns as well. Just 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we got plenty of time before he gets any reinforcements. And he's still got his right flank just sitting there. And he's not moving to engage. Not the finest hour for the AI compared to what we've seen lately. Let's go ahead and speed things along. The Ledbetter grabbed some of those guns. Edgar, that's Mills Brigade. Let's move him up. Who's taking casualties? Ledbetter. Ledbetter's whipped. Oh, his detachment. That's the guys that he sent forward to grab those guns. That's why. Be interested to see if he breaks before we can get at some of these other units. What's his strength at now? He's got just 10,000 men left. Okay, let's push Warren forward as a division. Oh, what happened? I had a little freeze up there. I thought maybe he was going to be saying he was breaking. No? Let's just stay right there. You too. Nah, stay here, Tennessee Volunteers. Who's low on ammo now? Morgan. Well, yeah, it's the cavalry. That makes sense. Warren's division's definitely doing the bulk of the work today. And they're in good shape still. I don't think Mills. I think Mills is from a different division. He's from Colquitt's division. Let's bring Barton's brigade up on the left there. Looks like Ledbetter did recover. I don't know where Braxton's going. He's from Warren's division too. Somehow those orders got messed up. We're gonna have to keep pushing. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. It's only March 1st, so that means we don't have a lot of daylight left. So let's push Warren's division forward. Man, you got to give credit to the Irish Brigade. They've got 500 men left, and they are standing firm. Let's throw Mills Brigade up into this gap here. Get Barton up here. firing volleys at each other from a few feet away. I always regret this. Oh, I was just about to launch a melee attack when he started pulling back. I had him 4-1 in numbers there, so it would have made sense. Let's get Edgar up a little further. Where is Braxton going? I don't understand what is going on with him. Mills, get up there. Irish Brigade just dropped back a few paces, but they're still standing. Okay. 4:30. Man, they're just not braking fast enough. I'll give them credit for that. They're not braking fast enough for me to drive them from the field the way I'd like to. And that's despite... Well, it's 23% casualties now, but I've got him 2-1. I understand why Edgar won't move forward with the Mills Brigade. Let's get Braxton up. Man, I tell you what, these Yankee boys, they know how to fight. They are not breaking easy. I don't know why we're not firing here. Why are we not firing? He's in range. Alright, you know what? Charge. I'm tired of this Irish Brigade. I'm tired of how they're standing firm. Got them 4-1. Drive them off. It worked. Beautiful. Alright, he's withdrawing. Breaking the Irish Brigade seems to be what we needed to do. So he's pulling everybody out now. That's it. Alright. Good win. That was a much needed victory in the West, where we've had some defeats lately. That throws him back with the Army of Tennessee, which just arrived back in Tennessee. We needed that in the worst way. That was a good victory. I'm pleased with that. Well, there's the understatement of the year. Due to his bad performance in battle, Brigadier General Ledbetter has fallen to disgrace in the eyes of his men and the public, while General Barton did really well. So, Ledbetter, you are done, sir. There's also something major that I want to do at the end of this battle. I've got Robert E. Lee sitting out there with no command, and we've got to change that. All right. So let's do what must be done here right off the bat. First things first, we're going to go in and replace Ledbetter. He has no business leading that brigade any longer. He's got a lot of fame and decent with administration, but that's about it. So let's go ahead and... who can... Oh, look, John Bell Hood back from the dead. I guess I haven't quite worked that out yet, where men who are killed stay dead. Bowen's decent. Who else do we have out here? Maybe somebody down at the lower ranks. Pierce Young looks like a pretty decent commander for a brigade. Let's throw him in there. I'm also looking at Colquitt because we've had some issues there. Barton's actually really... Maybe we're better off with Barton commanding that division. So let's replace Barton. And then we're going to put Seth Barton in command of that division. I've got a Vander Law. He's not as high as I thought he would have been. Alright, we're going to give Robert Anderson command of that brigade. And then, who did we say was going to take this command? I gotta find him. Okay, I think it was Seth Barton, wasn't it? Yep. Oh, yeah, look at those numbers. Excellent. Let's give him division command. I think that's going to help things all around here. No, I didn't mean to do that. I want to take a look at these other division commanders. Oh, we're back to the Army of Northern Virginia now. Where's Anderson's army? Is that down in... I think that's down in Louisiana. It is. That's our force down there in Baton Rouge, just making sure that we cover any issues that might happen in New Orleans. But so far, so good there. He hasn't tried to make a move on New Orleans. So what I'm thinking is this. Let's look at Joe Johnston for a second, which actually he's over here with the headquarters of that army. And I think they finally made it to West Virginia. Oh, this is Albert Sidney Johnston. Okay. Joe Johnston's still considered our commander-in-chief. I don't know how to change that, if you can. All right, Albert Sidney Johnston. He's got pretty good numbers, though his fame's down because of the issues we had there. I'm thinking I may form an entirely new army out here because I've got a lot of available draftees. Or we may build up the Army of the West. Well, that's got Samuel Cooper, who actually outranked Robert E. Lee. So we might just form another army somewhere over here. Where, though? Or do we go back in the east and have an army that goes up into West Virginia and takes some more pressure off there? I think that might be what I do. So let's do that. After all, Robert E. Lee is a Virginian. We're going to make a new army. We're going to use some of these 486,000 recruits that we've got. Are we still sorted by alphabetic? We are. Let's not do it that way. Where's Robert E. Lee? Interesting. I'll have to look for him. Okay, here we go. I just turned off the sorting for suitable rank. We're going to put Lee in command of this army. Or can't I? Maybe I have to wait until I form the army first, and then we'll worry about that. Okay, Robert E. Lee, the Army of Western Virginia. We're going to start recruiting. I can only recruit for 12 months right now. I don't know what happened. Did I change a policy somewhere that I didn't realize that I changed? Because we've still got Militia Act 3, which should allow for 36-month troops, but it's not letting me recruit anybody for 36 months right now. It's a max of 12, but I guess that'll have to do for the time being. We've still got quite a bit more men in the field than he does, and our casualties are about half of what his are. So that's all really good news. All right, so here's the basics right now for our Army of Western Virginia. Eventually we'll add some cavalry as well. We're about a week away from that brigade. We're a day away here, 10 days away there, 3 weeks away from getting this West Virginia unit. So he's not going to have his fully constituted force of 12,000 men for a couple of weeks yet. Once he does, we're going to move him up into West Virginia, and that's going to further stretch the Union, which is kind of the plan right now, is to stretch him out so we can defeat him in different places instead of having him concentrate everybody on me in the east. All right, we're going to start moving the Army of the West back into Illinois. We made that little backward movement just to get everybody kind of refit and reformed. You can see now he's spread out throughout Kentucky, but he hasn't pursued the Army of Tennessee. Or is that the Army of Mississippi? I can never remember which it is. He hasn't pursued me into Tennessee anymore. So now we've got an opportunity. We're still waiting. The headquarters for the Army of Mississippi, that's what it is still... Okay, they finally stopped retreating. So now we can finally move them. It does look like there is one Union force coming down this way. Who is that? Maybe not. All right, he's pulling back to the river now, which is exactly what I want him to do. That gives me a chance to do exactly what I want. It's going to be April soon, so things are going to get a little better in terms of the passability of roads, etc. All right, Lee's got 9,000 of his 12,000 man force. I think that's enough to go ahead and start moving forward. So let's move up into Beverly. That's not going to be an easy march. What's the manpower look like? He's down to 147. We're at 220, so he hasn't done a lot to recruit lately. All right, we've got an engagement here in southern Illinois. Not sure I want to fight it, though. I think this is one we could probably auto-resolve. Because the Army of the West has 22,000 men. And combined, I don't think he's got nearly that many. So let's go ahead and do an auto-resolve. I don't do this very often. But this is a situation where I think it's definitely the way to go. Because I've got him more than 2-1. And Morgan's commando's retreating. Man, they're still going. Narrow victory at Salem. Army of the Ohio in retreat. So let's take a look. The enemy suffered total casualties of 8,006 men. There was 536 killed, so I doubt it was really 8,000. That's another one of those situations where the casualties probably represent what he carried into the battle as well. But the good news is that's a victory in Illinois. That's on Union territory. Disaster at Petersburg. What happened here? Oh, it's a naval fight. Oh boy, he sent a naval squadron up to Richmond. All right, this is where I was starting to think about the Navy for a reason. We've got 25 guns on 5 ships here. All right, yeah, that'll allow small ships to take on larger ones. So what's he got in this squadron? 21 guns on 2 ships. Let's send the James River Squadron up there to deal with them. We're on super fast time right now, so let's slow that down a little bit. Okay, Lee with his entire force is now in Beverly, West Virginia. Is the First Corps headed this way, or are they just sitting tight? They've only got 7,000 men. Let's take Grafton first. And then we'll see about moving toward Winchester, and we might send one of the Corps of the Army of Northern Virginia to help with that. I'm still waiting on the 3rd Corps. They're showing encamped. I don't know why they're not moving. But I'm still waiting on them to move down into Tennessee before we start advancing back again. So we're going to wrap this episode up right here, but I do want to kind of take an overview of the situation. We've got the Army of the West with 22,000 men, and it seems like most of the armies that he has sent west are headed that direction. And so I'm probably going to need to start moving forward with the pieces of the Army of Mississippi that I have. That's the 1st and 2nd Corps. Actually, let's pause. He's got the Army of the Tennessee sitting here. I don't know if they have any separate corps or if that's just a 23,000 man army that's sitting there. Here's my Army of Mississippi's headquarters. So we're going to go ahead and move them over here. For some reason, the 3rd Corps is still sitting tight. I may just have to make Breckinridge a separate army for now. And then we're going to have to move up with the Army of Tennessee against this Army of the Tennessee, which I think is Grant's army. But we're going to stop right there. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. Not too late to get involved as a patron and sign up and get yourself a unit in the game and any matches moving forward, because we are going to switch back and play the Union again now that the game has been fleshed out a lot more. So we will be doing a Union campaign after this. So you'll once again be able to get units there as well. But drop a like if you would. We'll see you again in a couple days with the next episode. Thanks for watching.